Hi guys, Niels here. It's been a few years since I released this series, and a lot of things changed since then, and I had a couple of new ideas. Something changed with Logic, something changed with the equipment available, and so I wanted to add this addendum to kind of update, to make this series a little bit more 2024, which is as I'm recording it right now. I'm first of all very thankful and excited how many people downloaded the template, how many people got interested, gave me feedback on this. It feels good to have come across something that kind of obviously struck a nerve and was of interest to a lot of people. So there were a few requests, there were a few things that you guys asked me about that I want to answer, and as I said, there's a couple ways I'm doing it slightly different. Also, I'm expanding it. I'm going to show you how I do this with on my Saturday's show using Facebook Live and OBS streaming, in addition to a live concert setting, no foot switch that I'm using, and just streamlining the whole process. And a couple extra tricks I found during years of using the system. So check it out and we dive right in. So let me show you guys my new live setup. It's all in this bag. I misappropriated a Gator foot pedal bag, and everything I need for the live show is in here. Here's my new foot switch. I will talk about this in a minute. My laptop is in there. I usually, when I travel, I have it in a separate bag, but then just to carrying it to the gig, I can put it in here. And then here is my wireless and my audio interface, all neat in one little box. These are the two cables that go to the front of the house. Wireless power cord. I'll drop that down for a lifeline. And then the computer goes right on top of here. And I plug that in with this cable right here. It's a new machine, so it all operates with USB-C. And as you can see, the thing is powered up and ready to go. For the longest time I was looking for a small rack to put my units in, but I ended up having this plastic shell custom made. It fits the bag exactly, and I can put everything in that bag and it comes out in one swoop. The computer goes on top. This is what the bag looks like. It's easy, it's fast, and for me it was the perfect solution. Now this is the other new gear that I'm using these days. This is the foot switch that controls Logic. I'm using the AirTurn BT500S2. This foot switch works through Bluetooth. So I'm gonna first turn it on so it starts blinking. It's ready to pair. And as you can see, and it's ready to rock and roll. I'm set up within a minute with all this stuff. And packed up the same way. Also goes back into the bag, easy to carry. It's one piece of my suitcase. Everything else is just the guitar, and it's a beautiful thing. So to set this up, you use the AirTurn Manager app that you can download. It will find the unit, you connect to it, and you can set it into different modes. I use the text or keyboard mode, which spits out keyboard commands over Bluetooth. The two commands, I'm setting up a space bar and the period for the playback and stop button, and the move loop to the next cycle region button. And and that's all there's to it. I have manual controls on the computer too, which is kind of usually have that on a little side table on stage myself. So I hardly ever need to go back. So if I do, I reach over to the computer. So all I need is play stop button, and the other one is move the loop onto the next cycle after I'm done with the solo, with the opening vamp, or whatever it might be. One more item to point out is the power saving setting. It will turn itself off after a couple hours if it's idle. So make sure it's set long enough, so if you have it sitting after sound check on stage, that it's still on by the time you hit the stage. You can make the time longer, or just make sure you re-engage it and turn it back on before you go on. Last point I want to make real quick is when you use this, make sure Logic is in the foreground as an app. If you're typing email, I don't know why you would, and you're using this, this would insert a spacebar or a period into the email and would do nothing to Logic. So if you use it in keyboard mode, make sure Logic is the active app. There is also a MIDI mode. It just takes one extra step. That's why I'm not using it, but there's also a very valid way to connect through just a standard MIDI command to Logic to make it do whatever you want it to do. All right, I'll be back and we're going to look at my Logic session, some of the improvements or enhancements I added up to it, and how to overcome the limitation of 127 markers. Until then, Niels signing off.